What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 24 of my Total War Warhammer 3 Yuan Bo Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we continue not trolling, but at the least fooling, not fooling around, messing with, screwing with, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Toying with, there it is. I don't know why I Slaneshi'd that up. Anyway, we continue toying with the lizards, and at the very least the ones that were opposed to our astromantic relay, and are now looking to continue toying with the lizards in the form of an attack on Itza. They hold the Star Tower, and well, we need to hold it for ourselves in order to get that sweet, sweet fourth and final astromantic relay. Now, in terms of what we got to do this turn, there probably isn't much. I believe there's a few armies that need to move, but they should be able to auto-resolve whatever garbage they will encounter. There's nothing, no problem in the sea, though. Once again, the crowmen are going to take the brunt of the damage, but we're used to that. Shu Kang here has gotten himself a perfect vigor as well as the extra movement range, which is quite nice, and he's now going to go further north to grab that mysterious island. We could also send him up to Nagaron to reeve up and down the coastline, given some given some of the Dark Elves a taste of their own medicine, should we desire to do so, though I'm not sure whether it's necessary or not. Anyway, let's see who else needs to move. Miao Ying, you are waiting to completely heal up back here, and before you loop around this way, although we could send you down this way instead. You know, I may have changed my mind. You know what? Miao Ying, we're going to send you this way instead, and we're going to send you up this way. Here's the thing, I want Mr. Dingjun here to actually acquire the defeated Zatan trait, whereas Miao Ying already has it, and so does Jishu, so we can simply bypass most of this and destroy them at our leisure. I do also want to get the trait on Jiao Ming, as I've already noted, but he may be too far, and if he is, we'll just ignore it. Baifeng Piao, you are what again? Oh, you're just holding ground here. I'll probably delete this army eventually, so we'll just ignore it, and then we'll end the turn, and then try to get the rest of our stone tokens, rather. I forgot that every time you win a battle, the available tokens accelerate. So to get the 5 that we need in order to take Itza, or, well, to take their territory, we simply need to win 2 more battles. Mask of Jade is at 5, so your faction's diplomatic reliability is reset to very high and cannot be reduced. So, end the turn. Jiao Ming gains Supervisor, great for him, but it's the perfect vigor we want. I guess dragons do get tired because they don't have perfect vigor naturally, as in automatically, but I'm not sure that any lord does automatically have perfect vigor in the game, at least not that I'm aware of. Even though I swear, like, half of the things from a loreful perspective should probably have either perfect vigor or some kind of similar equivalent. Vampires and undead, probably to some degree. The Celestial Dragons, probably half of the chaos things. Demons probably don't get tired, though I suppose holding on to their essence is an issue. But anyway, decline the defensive pact with you. Clan Ferric will attack the Ice Court, obviously enter on the side of the Ice Court. And a new turn, a new day, etc, etc, etc. Agreed to the deal to take a shortcut. Keep on taking shortcuts. Jiao Ming, we've already seen that. Ambusher discovered. I wonder what you're gonna do out here. Well, that's not our problem either way. Ambusher discovered, technology researched, more recruit rank and hero capacity for alchemists. Wouldn't turn my nose up at that. Another plague, because the plagues will never end. We need to win 2 battles. Actually, wait. If we land right now, we wouldn't be able to with Yuan Bo, so we'll have to wait a turn anyway. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Let's bypass this island. Unfortunate, but it must be done. And get into position. Next turn, we'll be able to hit these. and hopefully activate the Star Tower, and then hopefully immediately peace out with the lizards, mostly because I have no interest in really holding any more Lustrian territories. Our economy is just fine with Grand Cathay providing all that sweet cash. Anyway, you're gonna keep recruiting. Yishi, you are staying here. In fact, the two of you, well, you're still moving out here. You are going to encamp and then start moving past the Great Bastion. You are fine in terms of heroes, and your army is fine as well. You're gonna go up here. Try to avoid killing Zatan, would you? And let's see who else needs to move. Alright, Yishi, we just moved you. You, Mr. Shu, are going to... Oh, wait, I should have kept you in march stance or full speed stance? Just barely. Barely unable to reach it, but okay, that's fine. Maybe? Nah, no dice. Yeah, if I hadn't changed him, I forgot that it was a mysterious island and we can still grab it even though we are in march stance. Miao Ying, you are going to start working on the orcs shortly, and I'm sure you would love to get the Hide Striker trait from defeating Mr. Grimgore. Jiao Ming, you lack plagues, which is a good thing. Alright, let's send you out to sea briefly, grab this actually. Well... yeah, let's send you out to sea. Maybe we'll send the other army to grab the shipwreck. I think we're going to send you out to sea to heal here, but without the possibility of getting a plague. You are going to grab this island while Jiao Ming moves up north. There are no more Chaos Dwarves here, but we still have to take Jarna Grund, or take it again, and it may be a good idea to take it before the Chaos Dwarfs arrive once more. So this can certainly be a target for us. Maybe Miao Ying and Jiao Ming can meet up and attack it together. Alright. It's certainly an idea. I'd love to get all three dragon siblings in a single fight at least once, but they're pretty far from each other right now, so we'll have to see. Alright, time to move the Tech Thieves and find Torellosaur around. Alright, Tech Thieves, you got plenty of tech to thief, so please continue. I'm kind of tempted to build a few more Tech Thieves, but I think we're fine for now. Their success rate is also super high, so we're not concerned about that. Steel Tech, continue. I love the fact that these guys love us. And I just realized we got a Scrivener, so let's put him in your... no. Okay, now we gotta find places where we don't have Scriveners. Oh, I gave you a Scrivener too? You gotta be kidding me. I didn't give you one, though. Alrighty, and Scrivener. What's our research rate at? 615, but still not enough. Oh, actually, these are one turn now. Just to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so past 600% is all we need, which means we don't need any more Tech Thieves. We can do whatever we damn well feel like. And we may as well, if that's the case, head all the way to Dragon Emperor's Blessing. There's other great stuff to be found in this portion of the tree, but we will deal with it in a little bit. It's all one turn now after all, as long as we don't drop below 615. Alrighty, was that the last of the Tech Thieves? They just have to keep stealing until we have all of our techs maxed out. You can steal from the Falls of Doom. No, doubtless the orcs will hate us shortly, and then lastly, find Torellosaur. You're going to try to find us some lizards as well to ally with, so that we, well... faction encountered Chevalier de Lyonesse. How did we encounter you? Oh! Would you look at that? They've basically defeated Arcan. Oh, that's interesting. And we are not able to trade with you.
What business do you have?
How much money? You want 22,000 gold to trade with you. That is quite a bit, I would say. However, perhaps powering this faction up by giving them a pile of money here wouldn't actually be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, alright. We can be a little bit freer with money, and I just realized that doing the military access gave us vision of all these guys, and wow, Arcan suddenly loves us. Well, by the looks of it, he's going to lose to the Chevalier, which once again I've never seen before, but I am kind of impressed. I pretty much always see Raponce die down there, so yeah, a bit surprising. In fact, a lot of things in this particular campaign have surprised me. The fact that the Empire hasn't completely crumbled, which they usually do. The fact that the... look at that, Vidrioth has retaken the Oak of Ages. The fact that the Oak of Ages and the Kingsglade have fallen to the Broken Axe, usually unlikely as well. Some interesting stuff. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let's get back to whatever it was that we were doing. So you guys don't need to move, at least not for now, which means we can do buildings, go next turn, and then attack the lizards. Alright, so let's continue upgrading everything we can. I will probably have to redo some of the stuff here. And we'll do it later. As in the harmony stuff. It'll all have to be redone for so many territories, but it's not a priority right now. Hey, Nanchang. You are a fortress city, and yes, you get the Celestial Beacon now, which means Terracotta Sentinels with the armor bonus as soon as we are able to build the Celestial Armory, plus 20 armor. Fantastic. We're about to start really upping our game with regards to building everything out of fortress cities, rather. Now, out of curiosity, should we... Wait, what would you do? Just... not enough. Just build the Jade Barracks here, I guess. Yeah, we don't really care about the cash flow, and the rest, I think, is fine. Alright. Lovely, and we'll get a little bit of yin balance, but that'll switch to yang balance and give us not construction cost reduction and whatnot, but instead military prowess, well, not prowess, but recruitment capabilities and such. Finally, at least a few of our territories can switch off of massive growth rate increases, but yeah, growth rate has been insanely difficult with Cathay. Probably, and I feel like that's on purpose, in the sense that Cathay's early game is so strong with that Jade Warrior spam, that it's probably a good thing that their growth has been curtailed to, as some of you have pointed out, to be similar to the Dwarfs, especially in SFO, slow growth rate. Anyway, let's continue taking a look at what we got diplomacy-wise, but I'm not sure that we want any more military alliances, at least not with you. Defensive alliance with Bordelot does not serve us. Chevalier maybe, especially if we want to ally with the Cult of Sigmar down there. Arcan Man, I love you so, but we can't deal with you right now. And the problem with Arcan is basically every faction on the map despises him, so there's rarely, very, very rarely a good reason to ally with him as any faction. Anyway, unassigned skill points ignored, building upgrade available, that's just the Bastion, and that's it. Lovely. End turn. Hey, and the next research we have will give us another +1 to control everywhere. Finally, not only our growth will be fixed, but our control problems as well. Everything's coming up Yuan Bo.
Excuse me, I have calligraphy to practice.
Yeah, you may be a little bit busy to practice calligraphy there, Yuan. Tomb Kings of Nekar have much to offer their allies. No, thanks, Arcan. Just take his hat, and then everything will be fine. Not for him, but for Grand Cathay. Hey, for Cathay to be truly grand, it should have the grandest of hats, should it not? Anyway, great follower, or great incantation of Xar performed, irrelevant, ambusher discovered irrelevant, campaign movement range swell, but we don't care. Incorruptible dogma, leadership when fighting against demons of chaos, but more importantly, chance of plague spreading reduction, and even more importantly, control. And a little bit of a buff for the war drum units, which I have been enjoying very much. One of the caravans can also travel once more, and it's gonna be the second big one. Let's send you out to wherever will bring us the most money this time. Not that we actually care about money. We could just probably send you here, somewhere along the relatively safe routes. Mostly because it's probably not necessary to fight with these guys. Frankly, there's not much purpose to actually sending them out anymore since they've got all the unique stuff, so yeah, just do it. Alright, that's 7,000 gold. I heard that there was a bug with the caravans. I don't know if that's been fixed or not, but, well, I wouldn't be abusing it anyway. And damn, Zatan is back. What the heck are you doing, Zatan? Okay, so this is why Zatan has been losing. We've seen the effect of when his forces or Chaos Dwarf forces actually have elite troops, but he keeps building garbage. Look at this. He can build Infernal Ironsworn and Infernal Fireglaves. He's got a tier 4, I can't quite see, artillery thing, and can build Iron Demons, Magma Cannons, and Skullcrackers, all of which are fantastic, and Bull Centaur renders as well, and he builds Hobgoblin Archers. Now, I'm not one to look down on Hobgoblin units. I used plenty of them in my own Zatan campaign, all the way to the end, but nonetheless. He should really look into doing a little bit better. Also, how close are we to acquiring our 4 dwarfen units? Harass is correct. I believe they were at 21. Nowhere near. We want the Iron Drakes for Jishu's army. We also need to ally with Karak-Drin in a defensive alliance. Alright, fine. Maybe a military alliance. Hopefully they don't fight Imrik. Well, they are fighting Rictus and Moors. We should try to get Imrik to fight Moors, so we should declare war on Moors and then pay some factions. Alrighty, we'll do military alliance with Karak-Drin. I want more dwarfen allies. Let's go outpost, and is Karak-Drin itself available? Khazid Irkula, Silver Pinnacle's not a bad choice. Karak-Drin, lovely. Absolutely lovely. And what do we have here? It's tier 4. Iron Drakes is what I want, and that's what we'll get. Alrighty. Do we declare war on clan wars right now? You know what, frankly, a lot of factions will probably love us for it, so we can join the war. I doubt that they're going to show up in our territory anyway. Wait. We'll ask Karazakarak. Are you at war with Clan Rictus? Would you be willing to fight Clan Rictus? They are not at war with Clan Rictus. Fantastic. Although, wait, do we actually want to screw them over by... Maybe not. Let's go Clan Wars. And that's it for now. Don't ask for money. We'll join Clan Wars more. Clan Wars more? Clan Wars War. Then we want Imrik, who is not fighting Clan Wars, to also join Clan Wars. Good. And the reason I'm doing this is to keep him friendly with all the dwarfen factions so that they don't attack each other, so that we can make use of their units. Then I want you to do the same thing, Greasy, and you want 4k for it? That's fine. In fact, is there anything else that we could do? Nobody likes the Warhost of Jar. Broken Axe might be a decent option. Minus 2 point free? Okay. Warhost of Jar, go for it. He's not asking for a lot of cash. Clan Scryer, everybody will love you for it, Greasy. Make it nice and friendly. Same with the Warherd, rather, of the Shadow Gave. Same with Sylvania. And same with the Shadow Legion. Nobody cares about Clan Perk, but you know what? Just do it all. For 10k, Greasy. Very nice. Now all we have to do is get him to fight Grimgor, and everything will be just fine. Alrighty, next up, you are going to head out to the shipwreck, and I'm curious, will a shipwreck give us a stone token, or will it not? I am not actually sure whether it needs to be an actual battle or not. Resolve? And yes, I don't count you to be an actual battle. 3 is not changing. No, it doesn't count the islands. Damn. Well, that's a shame. Head out here. And looks like we'll have to fight an actual battle. 1 of each pending token will become available in 2 turns. Winning a battle will decrease this by 1 turn. Oh, it's not... Okay, so we still need to win plenty of battles. Okay, where do we find those battles? Is there another island nearby? There was this one. Jiaming's not that hurt, but there's a decent likelihood that we lose or take damage to the Empress Crowman.
Take the boats.
I don't want to spend too many turns at war with the Lizardmen. That's the problem. And we need 5 in order to do this. So we'll get 4 if we win both of these battles. Arabian Arms, Armor of Fortune, very nice, and Ensorcelled Blades. I was actually expecting a battle there, which we didn't get. Oh well, so yeah, this will put us up to 4, but it won't put us up to where we need to be. We need to find another battle. Is there another island nearby, perhaps? This is a shipwreck. Let's try to go there. You can pick you up, Power of Prescience, and Trunk of Maps and Ranger Standard, and you're gonna land at the Fallen Gates, and oh, you'd have to go around in order to grab that. Would it be actually more beneficial to go for this? It might be. Alright, sail on down. Why the heck can't I see how far you can travel, dude? Try here. No, try here. There we go. I know, that particular army got buggy for some reason, and my PC started lagging. Or started losing frames or dropping frames. I'm not sure what the heck happened there. And it's still doing it. Something went wrong. It's being very weird right now. I'm gonna make a cut here. There's some kind of issue with the game. All right, we're back, and guys, I was totally right. I saw the signs that the game was about to crash, and about maybe 5 seconds after I made the cut there, the game lagged again and then crashed. I've learned your ways, game, finally, and you won't screw me out of an entire episode of a recording again. Anyway, where were we? Let's see. I did actually move the heroes while, or before restarting the episode, so at least there's going to be a little bit less of that. Let's move around everybody else that needs to move around. You guys are still stuck here for a little while until I'm happy with your units. You can, I guess, hold on to the Jade Lancers, but at the same time, you could probably rebuild them later on. I'll think about it. Anyway, let's put you... or... I forget what you have. Oh yeah, you have Bureaucrat. We were going to delete you. What about you? You have Harmonizer, so you're probably going to sit on the wall and make use of a army then. We could do like a balanced army. I mean, these guys are all about harmony. Give them a couple of war compasses because you don't have the Astromancers, and this one will put you at 16, which means you have barely any room for anything else. Maybe one war compass then? I still want two. Could get you a couple more Jade Warriors. What does Yishi have again? Damn it. What do you have? Okay, you already have the 2 war compasses. You, if anything, would need some crossbows. Or, you know what? Let's get you all over here to Yishi.
Natural authority.
We'll make one army out of you two. We probably don't need more than one to sit around the Great Bastion, even with the restart of the Chaos Dwarfs. Anyway, who else does need to move? Out here, Miao Yang, yes, you're headed towards the Orcs for the time being to give their territory to Goldtooth, though I'm sure that Emmerich won't be happy about it. Well, too bad for Emmerich. You are going to land here and go to the Scrap Towers, which is not plagued up, my friend. And the rest of you can just sit here for a turn or so. Alright, looks good. Then what we want to do is do the buildings and the turn, and then hopefully that'll be enough for us to be able to attack Itza. Wei Jin, you're ready for your tier 5 upgrade, which means another landmark building, and it will be, if I can select it here, faction-wide income. Fantastic. And more control faction-wide. Beautiful. Alrighty, and I also realized that you're not a... oh, you don't need this edict anymore. Nor do you need the Jade Dragon's edict, actually. Go for the Iron Dragon's edict instead. Bonus research. Oh, actually, technically, we don't need the bonus research either because we're maxed out on it. Sea Dragon's edict? Not like we need the money either. Go figure. Anyway, let's keep upgrading everything else. So you are getting that Celestial Observatory. We can also... you're not going to be a fortress city. You're probably going to be another commercial district. In which case, we need a spice market here. And you do need to continue to grow until tier 5, and I guess we'll build a conscription field for now. The rest of this isn't going to give us too much value. We may want to build a defensive structure here as well, and probably in a few other places for the end game, but I will, well, we'll deal with it later. Anyway, keep upgrading the military territory at Nanchang. Snakegate we can leave alone, but not you. Scrap Towers, trade exchange, please. Dragon Isles, one of our new cash cow provinces. Let's upgrade you. 4 ports. I'm willing to bet we can probably get this place to be giving us around 7k gold per turn in a little bit. We're already getting 6.2k out of Celestial Riverlands. Might even be able to get more. Ports give you a decent amount of cash after all. I am excited about that. Just, you know, for the... because reasons, you know what I mean? We don't actually need the money, but I like the prospect, the principle of the thing, mind you. Now, anything else? Ooh, Ironbrow's Expedition. Now, I'd love to ally with Ironbrow for more Dwarfen units, but we need to see if they're actually fighting the lizards, which they often are. I see the last defenders are here as well. They're not directly fighting. Yeah, we should be careful with who we align with over there. Let's wait until we've discovered... Teclis and Krokgar before making our decision here. Illyrian is now friendly with all of these guys, so we could do a military alliance with them. What's the likelihood that they attack Mother Ostankia? Low, right? Yeah, pretty low. In fact, they're not going to, which means we're free to militarily align with you.
Very well.
Which we'll want to do for the additional allegiance points, and there we go. I'd love to do the same with Tulzin and Arguelon, but once again, well, Durthu's still a liability, though it looks like he's going to retake the Kingsglade. Poor Orion. He got screwed in this campaign. Anyway, skip. Building upgrade, outpost upgrade, don't skip that. End turn, and then next turn we attack the lizards, because we should have just enough of what we need. End turn. And I know Yuan Bo and Mujin have been sitting there for a while, but it's better that we do this and properly prepare for it rather than do it preemptively and screw ourselves over.
The Jade Dragon greets you.
Alrighty, and you want us to join war against Clan Pestilence? Yes, we will, but not for you. We will do it to try to regain peace with Itza. Warhost of the Apocalypse will attack the Ice Court. That is as expected, and we will enter war on their side, especially considering it'll maintain good relations with pretty much everybody else. Like Arcan, it's a pretty safe bet to... Okay, another shortcut. Like Arcan, it's another safe bet to constantly be at war with the war host of the Apocalypse. Alright, Stone, we are looking good. So, Master Mason, blah blah blah, Constructor, Chance of Plague Spreading Reduction, Reign of Giants, Upkeep Reduction for Terracotta Sentinel, all armies for 8 turns, and recruitment cost minus 50%. Now, frankly, we don't care much about the recruitment cost reduction. What I would like to see is whether they're available now. They are... Oh, yes, because we're at tier 4, so we can build them here, but unless we designate you a fortress city, it won't carry the additional armor. So we'll wait a little bit, and then we'll start recruiting them probably within the next little while. We'll do the buildings shortly, but I want to see what else is going on out here. Now you... You got some good defenses here. I wonder if we can force that in. But if we defeat him, we won't be able to Okay, wait. We need you to defeat him. I wonder how much attrition you'll take by moving out here. Well, regardless of how much it is, I'd rather you take it and then be able to move here. We'll see if you have the hero that reduces attrition, however. Not that you take a lot of damage here, mind you. You do not have the ancillary. I don't remember what it was named. Let's get you the Water Snake Breeder while we're at it. Don't need the Tax Collector. Take the Swordmaster. Not Scrivener. Jade Sculpture, no. Fuheng Monk, no. Aged Sage, no. Silkweaver? Yeah, it's Silkweaver. Attrition reduction. And that's on caravans and stuff, and I imagine it can only be on lords. Yeah, it's only on lords. There we go. And... What? Is it me, or did it not say 58, and then I added a reduction to attrition? Huh, and now it says 54. That is so strange. I need to go back over the episode. I could have sworn that it said 58, and then I added that, and then it increased. Very strange. Well, either way, inspiring presence for you, and I guess hard to hit. I mean, you are going to be one of our melee lords after all. I can move a little bit further, and then we'll hopefully have you defeat Zatan and then sack the Volary. He probably won't attack us out in the field, so we'll have to deal with that. You guys can sit here. Alright, now what we need to do is find some battles. First of all, you're going out here to the Vale of Titans. Miao Ying, Jia Ming, you're kind of following along. Do we need to keep an eye on this place in case the elves start fighting the ogres, but for now I guess you can move through friendly territory. How do you two feel about each other? Pretty okay by the looks of it, at least at the current time. So we can more or less freely ignore that, though the ogres do concern me. Now, let's see if we can do this right. So, Itza, I am very sorry about this. We are going to betray your stuff. This will completely screw our reliability for about 2 turns. But I'm hoping it won't matter. Alrighty, so do we have anything worth fighting here? No, the garrisons are trash. It's okay. Alright, sorry, Itza. Can we join war? Okay, you don't have any alliances, so it doesn't matter. Ugh. I feel bad about this, I really do. Declare war. Don't call your allies to help. Auto-resolve this real quick, and what is this? Passive ability standard evasion area bonuses on... Oh, I was going to put that on the drum. Currently the drum has the leadership bonus. We don't need a leadership, but yeah, fine, just put it on the Terracotta Sentinel. Probably the best way to do it. Anyway, auto-resolve this real quick. There's not much in the way of defenses there. Then we occupy it. Then... that puts us to 4, and we need to win 5 battles real quick. Well, actually 4 battles. Auto-resolve this. And then occupy it. Jade Longma, Mujin. Yeah, that's great for Mujin. That'll put us down to 4 battles. Okay, now is there any island that will do the same for us? You can't reach this one this turn, but maybe next turn. Our reliability will have completely tanked to very low, but we can reset it very quickly if we can get that Jade Mask up and running. We just need somebody to actually find themselves a fight. Well, Zatan will be one, but it'll be you who needs to get the defeat trait. This will be a fight, this will be a fight, but that'll take 2 turns. And you should be able to reach... Oh! Ah, that's interesting. I wonder if they'd be willing to attack Miao Ying while she's in March stance. Didn't expect this. But I probably should have. Okay, anybody else? Jishu, no. Yishi, no. And that's all of our armies. It's not all of our tech thieves, but you know what? I'm going to ignore them. Let them... Oh, there's Skull Island here. I'm going to ignore them for now, so that I'll just deal with them later. Or next turn, or between the episodes. They've mostly stolen enough. At least for a little bit. Fine Torellosaur has now become fine the Lore Masters of Hoeth. You need to... You're a plague ship right now until the plagues are gone. Okay, so sit out here, get ready to land at Dread Rock. Unless, wait. How far was that Skull? Oh, it's pretty far. I'm just looking for any more islands. Unfortunately, I don't see one, so stay in the Shared Sea, which will hopefully allow you to continue healing, and continue acting as a plague ship and not spreading the plague to anybody. Good. And good. And that's it. There's probably diplomacy to do, but I need to skip building. Oh, okay, we can't skip the buildings, guys. We still have to do those. Popwalks, let's max you out. Fantastic. And next up we have Skeggy. Celestial Beacon. Ah, yeah, Skeggy's going up to max tier. And what are we missing here in Skeggy? Well, it is a coastal region. And though it's probably not going to be super necessary, we will build a defensive structure here. For now, it'll be the conscription field, but we'll probably change it shortly. Once again, I'll probably do that between the episodes. Once again, we're going to go with the Sky Lantern roosts rather than the artillery batteries. The artillery batteries sound better, but I'd like the additional range units over the additional melee units. Yeah, there's no difference otherwise. Alrighty. Land of Stone and Steel. Stone and Steel gets upgrades. Money upgrades, to be specific. Xiangyang, you are also getting an upgrade. And Nongchang Basin, yes please. More of the maxed out military stuff. There we go. In only 4 turns, we will have everything unlocked with the bonus 20 armor, and we will be able to retrofit every single army. Merchant caravans for you, Star Tower. Definitely the... 8.25k, eh? Well, definitely build a relay. It'll be extra battles if nothing else. And we'll need to build defense... you know what? Delete this and replace it with a defensive structure. Serpent Estuary. Been a while since I've seen you. Administrative Center, please. Great Bastion. Let's upgrade you too. And you. Western Great Bastion. Go up a level, and then we'll build you the Celestial Armory as well. Fantastic. And last but not least, Noblar County... Wait. I missed something right here, which is going to be, I guess, the spice market for the extra growth. Noblar Country. A lumber mill for you, and another spice market for you, or wares market. And now we're good. So, commandment available. Go for the Storm Dragon's Edict. Melee defense. Just in case we immediately get attacked. Now we need to peace out with Itza fairly quickly. They won't do it immediately because it's at minus 57 and the reliability is very low. What we need to do is make sure that we can accomplish it before they get pissy. Although I'd love to defeat an army belonging to them. Okay, we might send Yuan Bo to kill one, maybe trade them back the Altar of the Horned Rat after we defeat them, and this would certainly be a heck of a fight for this particular episode. Well, let's hope that this army doesn't move. We'll see. End turn. Alright, come on now. It'll make them more angry with us, mind you, but with them being weakened and losing a territory and a big stack, they didn't move. Fantastic. We know what we're doing this turn. Alright, come on, come on.
Let us talk frankly.
Thorek, you want... Okay, no, not yet. We need to figure out how the political situation or diplomatic relations are between all these factions down here. For now... Last Defenders, Rite of Awakening, Sacrifice to Mathlan, Confederation with Zufbar for Karazakarek, which means no more trade. Followers of Nagash destroyed. Fairy Lord ready for duty. Wuxing Compass cooldown, good. And the Dragon Emperor's Blessing is coming. Next up, we have 3 turns, so we need 3 battles. But this is the battle that we want to play. First of all, you. Scarred Veteran, more HP and Dragon Form means more effective HP due to the amount of regeneration that you should technically have. Then, well, not as much as Jiao Ming, mind you, but still. Mentor for you, obviously. Gotta have Mentor on all our heroes. And since you're pretty much maxed out, you're free to do anything you damn well please. Let's get Wind Harmony to reduce damage from... Or non-stun, yeah, no, 2 points in Wind Blast. No, you know what? I lied. 2 points in Scouting. Reduce damage from miscasting. And I noticed that neither of our compasses has anything on them. Well, we could certainly give them some kind of bonuses. Oh, I gotta go through these again. Alright, Jade of All Souls. This lord will be killed... will not be killed in battle. That's not what we want. These things could use a little bit more armor, so Armor of Silver Steel is certainly a possibility. We could get 2 more walls of wind and fire and missile resistance. You know what? I think that's actually not so bad. Let's do this. This should still be our best army. And I'm sure there's other stuff that we'll want to get in here, but I will probably deal with it later unless there's something very specific here. I mean, we could get a couple of Obsidian Amulets, but it's not like these guys will be miscasting that much. Glittering Scales is another good option. I don't care about the Ruby Ring of Ruin. Power Recharge from the Wand of Jet I don't particularly care about as well, but the Power Stone, on the other hand, with the reserves per second increase, is worth our time. I'd rather have like a Trickster Shard or something else to reduce our miscast chance, but for now, this will do. Alrighty, Yuan, you're gonna head into the Altar of the Horned Rat and fight a big old fight against plenty of lizards.
An executioner.
And oh, hopefully we don't immediately get attacked by this guy. And then we're going to destroy this. Sorry, it's a Pyrrhic victory. Ah, look at all those basties with solar engines. This should be a fight worth fighting. Here we go.
The Celestial's executioner. And these enemies are marked for death. Let us execute the will of the Immortal Emperor himself.
Alrighty, here we go. I know we've heard that particular speech a number of times already throughout this campaign, but I have not yet grown tired of it. Anyway, we've got a hard target here in the form of this Lizardman garrison, a stack, and the garrison itself, and plenty of those basties with solar engines as well as towers to face off against. I'm pretty excited, I gotta say. We'll see how effective our Jade and Jet constructs are at facing off against dinos, and how well our Celestial Dragon Guard will do. Finally in this army, and not their final form, of course, because we will need to rebuild them later on with another army that will give them their bonus armor, but nonetheless. Nonetheless, they should still be pretty darn effective. And I'm excited to see them in action as they storm the walls. Our single firing rocket is hitting that enemy tower, or those enemy towers, as one has already been destroyed. Yuan Bo has gotten thoroughly annoyed at the skinks chucking their javelins and dampen. Oh, you gotta love those zoomies. That was great. I hadn't seen that one from that particular angle. Alrighty, and here come the Great Long Marauders following Yuan Bo along. They've been very useful in this army, even with only a single unit available. I'm not sure whether we'll keep them, in the sense that I might want to at some point replace them with a with like a Star Dragon or something like that, but I do hesitate to lose them because they have been very, very useful, especially with the Crowmen, as, well, they're not as likely to die as the Crowmen are to every auto-resolve. Anyway, the enemy walls are getting near to, and if not cleared, at least prepared for the Celestial Dragon Guard, which are climbing on up there. Yuan Bo is taking hits from those basties with solar engines from various angles, and we do have to be careful with that, as they are quite dangerous. I remember in my Malekith campaign, Rakarth very, very nearly died to getting knocked out of the sky by those things. We've also broken through the gate. We can see the Jade and Jet lines working together with the Green Guardian / Jade Sentinel, and fighting off against enemy feral basties and Saurus warriors, and soon to be backed up by the Celestial Dragon Guard and the War Drum and whatever else we can get in here. Anyway, let's get back to the action. And just since there's a lot of places to look in this particular battle, I wanted to make sure everybody knew what exactly was going on, because it can be sometimes difficult to tell in the cinematic battles. Anyway, a Searing Doom comes down on a pile of enemy Saurus warriors as the Lions and the Terracotta Sentinel continue to do the work. I love how the Terracotta Sentinel glows in the darkness there. Alrighty, and it looks like we've already made a very decent beachhead. The drum is in, and here come the whooshing compasses as well, dropping their free spells. There's a wall of wind and fire, and once again, I do love the spell, as well as the repeated uses of the Jade Lion's Breath, the Uranon's Thunderbolts, the Comets of Cassandora. This army has a lot of free spells and abilities that can certainly narrow the gap between any higher number enemy force. Ooh, nice hit from the Jade Sentinel there, and the Lions continue facing off, not against just Kroxigors, but against some cavalry. And here as well, we have started to get a little bit of damage on our units from this side, but it's not too bad. About 20% or something like that. In fact, more damage appears to have been applied to our Celestial Dragon Guard up on the wall, and that by virtue of the solar engine basties, who have been essentially knocking them off walls periodically. It looks like the damage from Yuan Bo against a single entity is not particularly good in his dragon form, so I decided to transform him back into human form, and thus continue going after those basties. Should probably watch the Celestial Dragon Guard fight at least a little bit here. I was hoping they'd get a little bit of action up on top of the walls, but, well, that wasn't gonna happen because the walls were cleared of skinks too fast, and unfortunately for the enemy, it seemed like the Saurus were not going to bother defending. Anyway, gonna help the Celestial Dragon Guard a little bit with a little bit of magical support, both from the Jade Lion and the Whooshing Compass, which is coming in, and together with a few more of those Celestial Dragon Guard. And there we go, Saurus Warriors surrounded now, and we should be able to take them out no problem. More Celestial Dragon Guard facing off against the Solar Engine Bastie, as well as even more Saurus Warriors, and the enemy line does continue to hold. The balance of power has shifted in our favor, and we are now relatively safe, or at least safe enough to get the Empress Crowman in here to at least chase a few enemies down. The biggest blob continues to remain outside of the gate here, where the fighting continues and the spell work continues to fly. We're going to run out of our free abilities soon, but it's not like we only have free abilities. Here comes another Comet of Cassandora, another free one. You gotta love not having to waste any mana on that. Especially when you're fighting big blobby areas like this. Also nice to see the Whooshing War Compass in here. Haven't seen the effects of these guys too much, and I believe that's another spell coming down, and Ernon's Thunderbolt this time. Alrighty, glorious battle, and the Lizards are certainly putting up a great fight. The two jet lines working together with the Jade Sentinel here, who is holding off a fairly large pile of Saurus by itself, though he is getting hit by those skink cohorts with javelins. It looks like he's more or less perfectly okay. It just takes so much damage to bring it down. 136 armor with that Bastion of the Great Cities up, as well as the 25% missile and 10% physical resistance, and we can probably pump those numbers up as we go as well. Alrighty, coming back down a little bit to help with the cavalry as well as that Steg. And gotta be a battle of monsters. I'm surprised at how decent the Lions have been holding throughout the campaign, in the sense that I wasn't expecting them to be as tanky as they turned out to be. They only have like 4,000 or 5,000 HP, but they do a great job at not being killed by things. Which, considering they only cost like 130 gold in upkeep, is pretty darn good. And they're also available very early in the game at tier 3 as well. So yeah, with the addition of the Jade and Jet Lions together with the Jade Warriors, Cathayans have an even stronger early game. They're really quite strong and early. Anyway, with that, it looks like sufficient damage has been done and the enemy will shatter. They did certainly do some damage to us, but at the end of the day, we managed to make it through. And the work of the 5 monstrous units here in this choke point together, or beachhead, or when we broke through the gate, although this is all just piles of choke points here, I guess, together with the drum and magical support, really ended up cleaning house. A little bit more damage on the walls, and perhaps it would have actually been better to just knock the towers down and not even bother sending those Celestial Dragon Guard up there, and instead go through the gate and just fight on 2 choke points rather than bothering to take the walls. Though on the other hand, this would have left all of these basties to continue firing at us, so I'm not 100% sure. And I noticed that all 4 of them are alive and shattered with the rest of the enemy army. Ouch. Alrighty, there we go. Looked like a pretty glorious battle, and I think this is the most damage this army has taken in quite the while. A lot of our single entities lost about a quarter to a third of their HP. Yuan Bo went down to half, and looks like something, and got a few decent hits against the Alchemist. I also do think that the Astromancers certainly showed their value here, despite really not using any mana out of the pool and only casting pretty much the free spells from the war compasses that they were attached on. They were able to rack up pretty much as much kills or damage, or even more, than Yuan Bo himself. So certainly gotta appreciate the Astromancers, and while we do have extra war compasses in some armies, we'll probably replace them with just regular Astromancers on war compasses instead, because why wouldn't we? Anyway, occupy the place. What tier was this place at? It was, damn, if only it was at tier 4, but oh well, I wonder how much it's worth to these guys, just out of curiosity. So peace, trade alter the Horned Rat, almost enough to peace out, which will be fantastic. Next turn, by the looks of it, we need to win 2 more battles in order to accomplish this. We're obviously not giving up the Star Tower, but, well, and there's other stuff. You can go into, I guess, ramparts. Well, actually, you know what? We'd probably need the growth here, and thus you are going to switch as well. In fact, you're going to delete yourself and replace yourself with defenses, and you are going to go for growth as well. I mean, growth is going to be insanely slow at these Astromantic relay places, and they probably wouldn't survive a decent army sieging them. Anyway, with that, we are unfortunately out of time, and I'm going to have to call the episode here. I'll do the hero moves at the very least between the episodes, but at this point in time, we have so little building admin to do, gloriously, that we don't have to worry about it. Next episode, I'm hopeful that not only can we activate the next Astromantic relay, but get enough the stone tokens tokens to use the Mask of Jade, reset our reliability to very high, trade the Altar of the Horned Rat back to the lizards, as well as make some other concessions, pay the money, etc., 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 in the hopes of fixing our relationship and not having to destroy them, because who else will be fighting the Skaven down here? We don't want to be dealing with them all game, and there's no real need. Anyway, more Yuan Bo to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.